plays some of the game's immortals have called home. Johnny the Jet, Frazier, Crouch, Rozier, and many, many more have built this Big Red legacy as this crowd is ready to cheer on their beloved Cornhuskers. What an exciting matchup we have in store for you this afternoon, built around the pageantry, tradition, and everything that makes college football great. As we'll see a squad from the MAC, the Akron Zips, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Zips will kick it off to get us underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Nebraska's offense will go to work first. A lot of times you run into these types of matchups, high-powered offense, big-time team against an opponent that's likely overmatched. So how do they keep this thing from getting ugly?
Well, everyone's going to have to elevate their level of play here defensively to have any chance in this one. And I'll tell you the hard part about stopping this offense, David, it's what Chip Kelly used to always say. It's a nameless, faceless opponent. They don't care who you are. They don't care what your record is. This offense comes out, and they are trying to embarrass you.
Well, the good thing is for this defense, it's been talked about all week, right? Like, you're not good enough. This is a high-powered offense. Like, the players' attention are fully caught, right? They know exactly what they're going against. Let's see if some emotion and adrenaline can really play a factor, and they play better than they have all year.
Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Gets it out fast. At the 45 on his way. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, you love to see this on the first drive of the game, right? Third down, go back to the old faithful, the slant pass, something you put in on day one install back in spring practice. Executed perfectly, keep this drive alive.
The Cornhuskers have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Johnson. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Off the play fake. Using the quick game. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
They need the 40 to convert here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill 3rd down so much in practice.
Off the play fake on 1st down. He wants to take the top off. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Let me tell you, that opening script was a masterpiece. Send that baby to Hollywood, and it's a blockbuster.
I think so, and A-listers all over the field for this offense. You saw some of the playmakers they've got and the speed. Great job going out and executing on that opening drive.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Akron's offense will go to work for the first time. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
The Zips, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Cole. He's loose. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Power football with the run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
And the Zips trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking for a man. It's Finley. Grabbed in the middle. It's Newell. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
The Zips will snap it on 1st and 10. Run in the red zone. It's Gant. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. There he goes. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. And the Zips get enough for the first down.
This quarterback is so dangerous, and it looked like the defense had him corralled. It looked like they were ready for him to keep the football, but that quarterback is just too good. He's like a water bug. So good, short area quickness, able to make guys miss and then go get the first.
The Zips line it up with a 1st and goal. Gets it out quickly. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Akron! Extra point here will tie the game. And right down the middle. And that extra point was good, and we're all tied up here in the second. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Gets the back moving. To the air, it's Raiola. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Pulls it in, it's Key. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Huskers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Going for the big play. Makes the catch on the left. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job on defense there against the power play, plugging up the middle of the field, forcing the ball carrier to try to get to the outside, but they used their speed and tackled him for a loss.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Trying play action. Fires to the tight end. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's 3rd down from the 45. Back to throw, it's Raiola. Grabbed over the middle, it's Barney. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the 1st down. They've got it at the 40. And the Huskers are on the move. Wide receiver going in motion. A designed run for the quarterback.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll run play action. That's reeled in. It's Johnson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
It'll be a run on 3rd and short. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on 1st down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
The Cornhuskers with the 1st and 10. Looking to pass. It's Raiola. Throws to the tight end. It's complete. He gets it in. Touchdown, Nebraska.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They're set to kick it off, and you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They'll start this drive going to the air. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
And the Zips now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. The give to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That is a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. The Zips decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush and a better job forcing a turnover.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. He leaves it with his back. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
And the Zips have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking deep down the right side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big third down. Wide open downfield. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. After ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 13. Grab behind the line. It's Gant. Now the connection takes it to the 11. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Back to pass. It's Finley. He's got it and still on his feet. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Zips. The offense puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone.
Man, that is picture-perfect execution by this offense. That is how you close a half. Chewing up some time, getting in the end zone, a chance to tie this up and feel really good about yourself going into halftime.
The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point is good. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable. And talk about a good, competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these 2 programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been, well, a good, competitive game so far. They don't call me the most creative man in broadcasting for nothing, you know. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
The Huskers will kick it off to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Snagged in the middle. It's Polk.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
The Zips with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
Quarterback on the keeper. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
And I think everybody wants to run the option nowadays, but the problem is, can everybody read it? You got to be able to stick the ball in the belly of the running back, and you have to be able to understand, or I'm pitching it to him. Whatever the read is, you can tell he was a little bit confused, a little bit slow, and that's why the defense won this round.
The give to the back. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Third down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. To the air, it's Finley. Rushes on him. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
You know, when you go dime personnel package, you got extra DBs in the game, so it's harder to throw if you're the quarterback. There's just not as many windows. They've got more guys in coverage. You're expecting to at least have a little bit more time, but your offensive line, man, they just couldn't hold up.
And the Zips will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Looking to throw on first down. The throw to the outside is complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. They'll move the tight end. The play action fake. Under fire. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
They tried to go play action, but that did not affect the defensive tackle. He was bull rushing his guy, collapsing the pocket, and he comes away with a sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Dropping back, it's Raiola. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the tailback. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They're going to try to throw for it on third down. Trying to set up the screen. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
And the Huskers will have it 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Raiola. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Well, and you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Huskers! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Getting set for the point after. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and the capper a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Looking for a crease. It's Gant. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The black shirts have applied blackout conditions. There has been no electricity available for this offense.
I mean, just suffocating. They're smothering this offense. They haven't done anything well yet. They can't run it. They can't throw it consistently. This defense is definitely reminiscent of those great Nebraska black shirt defenses of the past.
Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big 3rd down. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. It's great for this quarterback to take shots down the field, but you just don't want it to feel like a give-up or a chuck-it-up and hope kind of play.
And I think understanding the situation, now I'm on defense, right? If they're going to take shots down the field, maybe I'm a little bit more aggressive with my blitz, understanding that everything's going to take a little bit more time to develop if they're going to take those deep shots.
They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
Well, you got to give this offense a ton of credit because normally they've got the lead because of this running back. Today, it's actually despite him. They really haven't gotten the production out of him that they expect week in, week out. You got to give the defense credit for that. But other guys on offense have been able to step up enough to make the plays necessary to give them the lead.
The give on the option. Got enough for the first. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. clock continues to run, and they'll be happy to wind it all the way down before they snap it. Dropping back, it's Raiola. Quickly complete. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Cornhuskers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll try to power their way ahead. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Huskers are flying down the field. Motion from the wideout. To the air on first down. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Huskers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass on second down. Tight end finds a soft spot. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. They trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. They have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
On the ground, it's Ives. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. Wouldn't be surprised to see them go right back to the run on second down and maybe put this thing away. Hands it off. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
Quarterback takes a knee.